Hi, welcome to our 21-day meditation practice again. And the practice we are calling this entire time, How Not to Meditate. And this is our day 5, I believe. And it's also day 2 of me being sick, so I'm doing my best to project and not expectorate and cough and wheeze, etc. So we'll see if we can get through this one. I've already canceled out about 3 of these attempts already. I would like today to do something that might be, I think, very helpful for us. Personally, I learn much better when I have a context in which I am learning. So, like in terms of the forest and the trees, I like to see the forest first and examine the trees as we go along, but to know that's the forest. So in this situation, this is our practice, and we're looking at details of it, and there'll be more details and many words, but this is what's going on. We have a formal practice. The formal practice that works with our body and our breath and our thoughts. And then we have this thing I call don't meditate that we do before our formal practice. And that's intentional. And we're going to have a transition after the end of our practice, and that's intentional. Basically, I want this practice to be just a reflection, a deeper engagement, more connected, more engaged, more aware and perceptive training ground for these other parts of our practice that exist before and afterwards. Basically, we do the don't meditate practice because what we experience right now in this room, wherever you are, this is the same world we connect with when we meditate. We're not so much just connecting with our breath, we're connecting to this world as it is. Unbiased, not judging, not attempting to rewrite the script. Not a fake news world, but the real deal. So, that's not different than my meditation practice. That's not different than when I'm through with my meditation practice. My meditation practice is a tool to kind of re-enter and stay with that, with an ability to develop attitude and perception and humor and love and kindness and real palpable, brilliant connection to this world. So, let's begin. We start without making a big deal of anything. We're not yet meditating. Just feeling ourselves sitting here, whether we are on a chair or a cushion, whether we are outside or inside or in our car, or in our bathtub. We just pay attention to the feeling that is coming up at this moment, the arising of whatever phenomena occurs. We're not meditating, but this is our world, rich and vivid, pointed, sharp, whatever it may be. We can just look out, listen, and realize this is the world we are meditating with, not circumventing. So just take that moment of appreciation, of noticing. Lots of noticing. And we can enter into our formal practice by feeling our body on the cushion or the chair, and our feet, if we're on a chair, our feet resting on the floor. And our shoulders relax and our hands placed on our thighs, and feeling the weight of our hands and the warmth of our hands and the texture of our clothing. And our spine elongated and a relaxed back of our neck, lowering our chin slightly. Parting the lips so there's no tension in the jaw. Tongue resting behind the upper teeth so that we have a place for everything. We can lower our gaze or close our eyes. So we're just rather compact. And as a feeling human being, we feel our body. We notice our sense perceptions. And we notice our breath. Our breath, that which we call the object of our meditation, where we bring our attention back and back to, because it's always going on. And feeling is always going on too. So it gives us a reference point. We join our feeling and our breathing. The chest rises. The diaphragm extends. Breath comes rushing in the nose or mouth, whatever the case may be. Our intention is just for the next few minutes to feel our breath. Regardless of where our mind goes, we're going to come back gently to the breath, to the feeling of the breath. Each inhalation, each exhalation. Including our sense perceptions. Including our heart and our emotions. If we wish to, we could even put our hand on our heart, just to notice, here we are. This is me, this is this moment. Whenever I do that, it makes me have a little wave of tenderness and connectedness. The heart is another powerful thing in meditation. Meditation is not just a cerebral activity. It's full of feeling and full of heart. And that's how we want our world to be as well. So we're training. Thoughts come up, any kind of thought. How am I doing? That's one kind of thought. What am I doing? That's another thought. What's that noise? Another thought. It's just an ongoing parade. And it's not something we need to push away. It's part of our humanity. This amazing mind making sense and picking up on so much. but with kindness and with a lack of judgment, with humor. We just note that. We do take a note of it. It's like putting a little flag down saying, oh, that's thinking. Oh, that's what that is. Back to my breath. Feeling my breath now. I'm feeling my breath. I'm paying attention to what's going on now. More thoughts come up, you can just say the word to acknowledge it, and so you can say the word thinking, which is just shorthand for saying, oh, I'm thinking right then. Ah, okay. I'm going to return to the breath. And as we discover our thoughts are unceasing, we might say to ourselves, which is just like saying thinking. It's noting, saying, this is what's going on now. It's just our shorthand. Or, wow. But we keep coming back to the breath. We feel our breath, we notice our thoughts, and this just keeps continuing and continuing. But we're going to keep noticing with an allegiance towards whatever's going on now, I'm paying attention to. What a great thing. And we can continue this for as long as we'd like. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And at a certain point, we're done. And I suggest then, in the way we're sort of taking this formal meditation and having bookends on either side. Don't meditate practice on one side. And then when we finish, we stop paying attention to our breath, but we could take a deep breath. We could look out again and realize that this kind of attention and this kind of presence is what we carry to this world. We're not trying to find a personal spiritual space and then it was something we have to let go of and go back to our mundane world. That's not it at all. It's bringing this magic and awareness and brilliance to this incredible world. And we're just using the formal practice as our own personal little laboratory as we train and tame. So that is all for today. Thanks for joining in. I'm thinking tomorrow of adding a different video from a different teacher to finish off our first week. It's always good to see the different ways that people practice and teach. And the one I'm about to present tomorrow with Acharya Holly Gailey is one of my favorite talks. It falls right in line with my particular approach to teaching, and I'm behind it 100%. So thank you, and have a good evening.